The following program is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. For as low as $1 a month, you can get episodes of Journey of Wrestling a week early and more. You too would become cool, just like our trash elite Rob and a guy from Ohio. And that's 2. And there's everybody else. And unprecedented. We're up to 9 now, and I want to thank you guys so much for that. That is Thomas Austin Jr., Destrucity KTL, On the Tip of Your Tongue, DG, Kitty Holbrook, and Drake Starstorm.
There you go.
5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's one more.
There's one more. Who we missing?
Crap.
Rob.
Mm-hmm. A guy from Ohio.
Passion Killer
7-Eleven. Of course. Duh. How could I forget? My bad. 9. We're up to 9 now. We got them all. You two can be cool by doing the thing. I already say that in the intro now. I'm sorry. We've been doing this for a long time. And I'm a little bit scatterbrained because I'm about to die.
He says that, but he took 100,000 fans from me.
Okay, all right, you butt munch.
I am a butt munch.
Look at, oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's closable.
Only if you screw up really bad 3 times in a row, heading into legendary WWF pay-per-view in your house triple header.
Legendary.
Listen here.
You called me a bald, stuttering fuck on the last podcast. I'm going to give you all the sass I want.
It was part of a bit, to be fair. I wasn't just saying it just to be mean. You're my dear friend, and I'm glad to be playing this game with you. Oh, kayfabe. Grrr! All right, let's get this crap finished.
2 shows, right?
2 shows and a pay-per-view.
Excellent. Okay. So we're in the end game. We're...
Doctor Strange is looking at me right now and holding up a finger. That's where we are.
But what finger? That's the question.
I think it's the middle one. I think he's on your side.
He would be. All right. So what you're going to do is go. You are going to click singles.
Promo?
Yep.
Okay.
You are going to click Undertaker. You're going to click Takada. You're going to click Steve Austin.
Ooh, he's moving up in the world.
Yep. Up. Muto. You're going to make that a promo battle.
Good old promo battle.
We are taking no risks. I am securing this bag. You are going to click, say, William Regal.
William Regal.
Scroll down. Who are they currently feuding with?
Team Extreme.
Great. Tommy Dreamer is fine then.
William Regal.
He's the one I remember.
Tom Dreams. I gotta type him in. Alright.
Perfect. Then you're going to scroll up. I should have one more feud. 1, 2, 3. What's the last one? Hogan and Bradshaw. Then Hogan and Bradshaw.
Okay, William Regal.
Tommy Dreamer.
Tom Dreams.
Hogan and Bradshaw.
Hulk Hogan. Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Perfect. Promo battle.
Okay.
And then you are going to... you're going to click House Show Recap and tag and do it the standard way. Take out the proper villains and Team Extreme.
You have one more tag team.
Where did I get another new tag team?
You recruited the Headbangers.
We'll take them out. I don't care about them.
Book?
Yeah. Cool. Let's get some wrestling on this wrestling show. To meet my contractual obligations and for no other reason, I'm going to sort by work rate. What's Bret Hart up to?
Part-time.
I don't give a shit about that. He has 7 appearances left. I can book him every show. Bret Hart. What's Chris Jericho up to? Great. Chris Jericho.
Cool.
Great. Liger. He's cleared to wrestle. What's he up to? Great. Ric Flair. What's he up to? Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Alundra Blaze. Great. Barry Windham. Great. Book it. Okay. Spread those out. Give me an event package, please.
Man, he's on it today, guys. I don't think this is gonna go our way.
Great. Give me day in the life of... Let's say Steve Austin.
Okay, I'm still trying to push old Stevie boy.
Yep. Great. Add my producer focus to the 2 feuds and the house show recap.
All set?
Perfect. Play.
All right, plenty of time to spare. Cool.
All right. This is... He just won the world title.
Yeah.
This is a celebration of him going around to various bars, taking pictures with people, drinking Steve Weisers, and holding up the world title belt.
Kissing hands and shaking babies.
The wrestler equivalent thereof. This is a hype package for In Your House triple header. Hey, the tagline is the most insane pay-per-view you're ever going to see.
Okay.
Then there is the house show recap. It's exactly what you think it is.
Good God.
Yes! Power! Power tremendous. Hey, that day in the life segment's going to cost me 100,000 fans. It's only 4 stars. Hit continue. This is a match. It is the last month. I don't care. Whoever has the worst win rate wins.
The worst win rate wins, so under Blaze.
Sounds great. These are just exhibition matches to hype the craziest pay-per-view of all time.
Okay.
This is a pre-arranged interview with, let's say, JR. And it's no physicality agreed, just guys getting their grievances out, hyping what have already been contractually locked in as matches for the upcoming pay-per-view.
Is that Tommy's emotional support kendo stick then, or?
He carries that everywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
He's all right. So Tommy Dreamer's gimmick in WWF is in this universe is actually just kind of a ripoff of the Sandman, but shush. And this is another exhibition match for the same premise as previously mentioned. Worst win rate wins.
Liger.
If he has the worst win rate.
Okay.
Sounds great. And keep it rolling. This is the second of those interviews. This one with a very young, just a young interviewer who would later become, is Michael Cole too young at this point?
No, I think he was working by this point.
Yeah, we'll go with Cole. He is completely overawed. He doesn't get a word in edgewise. It is just these big personalities fighting it out.
He might have been covering wars at this point, but he was working.
Yep.
This part isn't timed, right?
That's fine. Then we have Bret Hart versus Chris Jericho. Jericho wins.
Okay.
Part-timer loses.
These stars, man.
Good. I need every one of them. I will not be denied.
4.5.
I am going to secure my bag.
4.5. Okay.
Beatable.
God.
Beatable.
Yeah, beatable. I got to work my ass off here. Okay. Man, I hope I have feuds. I don't have my little notebook, but I don't think I have any need for it. So, I guess we'll roll. Let me hit the start button. You ready?
And go.
No. Okay. Oh, man.
So, as we round out this last episode of what has been, I think, a successful experiment, we had a lot of good time. You guys seem to enjoy watching it. And
Yeah, what are your follow-ups on last week?
I don't remember what I talked about last week, brother.
Oh, okay.
I just yap. This is yap time. I don't. I think I'm excited for the second season. We have plans for what's going to be on the line in the second season. I am very much trying not to get hit with the punishment for this season, primarily. Securing my bag is important to me. But more important than that is entertaining the people. And so, I am going to live try and find some funny text posts to read.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm absolutely not.
Oh, God.
Oh, that reaction was funny though, wasn't it? So, I don't know. I'm trying to give him all the time, all the time to focus up, to really take his last big swing at me.
I'm doing my best over here.
He needs it. He needs to do his absolute maximum, the maximum effort in order to have a shot. So I want to try and give him all the runway I can grant him in that endeavor. Part of that is talking to you folks, making sure we don't have any dead air, because that's just not good TV. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to improve this particular format for next season.
I have been trying to think of that too, and like everything I keep thinking of is overworking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just over-egging it, overcomplicating, which should ultimately be a pretty simple bit of business. So, I just think crank the little bucket up empty. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Let's talk about wrestling. Let's talk about what makes wrestling fun, what makes wrestling good. Ultimately, I think what makes good wrestling is simple, but committed to stories that are understandable by someone who's not really all that bought in, but being bought in gets you additional understanding, additional knowledge, additional enjoyment. That's not terribly difficult at the end of the day. But many wrestling federations absolutely fuck it up. And they do so a lot. And I find myself wondering why. There must be some inherent challenge to running a wrestling federation that I don't consider as someone who doesn't actually run one. Some aspect or angle that I'm not considering.
Well, a lot of it comes down to having to deal with the actual personalities. Whether that's you have people who are injured, you have people who don't want to do a certain angle, you have... Oh, no, I'm not booking you guys. Jesus Christ. So on and so forth, it seems so easy to us on the outside, but it's not. There's so many more factors than we have to deal with here, which is why I like the talent requests and people having weird morale and stuff in this game, because
it adds some layers of that.
Yeah, because
you got 2 minutes. Focus up.
Yeah, I know I'm good. I'm adding stuff at this point. If we want to, I remember what it was like to deal with. EFED personalities back in the day, back when I ran and played in EFEDs. And that changes things so much. People leaving, people just not showing up, people going, I don't want to work with this guy, or creating conspiracy theories. That definitely happens in real life. All of the stuff I've heard from all of the bookers is that is a real thing for real people, and it is something that has to end up being considered. Yikes, everybody's tired.
And
it only gets worse when you add money on the line.
I honestly think, having given it some thought, that money is the chief thing that I'm not considering. Because what I like in a pro wrestling federation might not be what actually sells tickets to wrestling shows.
Sure.
What gets eyes on your show, what sells pay-per-views, what sells merch. Because the stuff I like is often not the stuff that's most popular. More so than my compatriot here, who is a complete wrestling hipster on many occasions.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm going to have to rest people. I think this is my show.
All right.
Okay. Event hype for Fall Brawl, which is a logical pay-per-view to be hype about. I got 2 more lightning bolts than yours.
Nice.
Okay. Backstage, we have more confrontation between Jeff Jarrett and Ted DiBiase. Ted, it's more of the gimmick from before, where Ted's like, "This is just how the business is. This is what you wanted to be a part of." He's suggesting that Jeff lay down for one of the other members of the $1 Million Mafia so that they can have his belt. And Jeff's like, no, I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. And he pushes back, and he stands tall.
Well, there you go. Good. Jeff Jarrett with burgeoning morals and a spine.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. We're going to add a finish to this. Interference DQ. We're going to get Eddie Guerrero. And because he's getting interfered on, Dan Severn is going to be the winner. Cool. And that built up the title belt. Eddie is a little frustrated. He's going a little unhinged here. Wow, we had a manager and it still didn't do anything. Okay. So he's kind of striking Dan before, Dan can strike him. That's his motivation here. He's playing mind games and trying to get a mental advantage over someone as stony as Dan Severn.
There we go.
I also did that because Michael Wall Street wanted a match. Hopefully it works. Hey, that fight was great. Thanks, guys. HBK says WWF sucks. He's found his spirit again.
And it's in hating us.
It's in loving WCW. Mm-hmm. And I ran this specific promo because I need to. If I have any hope in hell. Which I got a 3-star match here, so no, I don't. This is a mixed promo battle. This is shared ring time. We have Yuji Nagata, who is still at war with the now heel Macho Man. Trying to defend, trying to retain his belt from the champion we started this dance with. I think that was actually technically HBK, but Macho Man won it for a while. Sting and Raven are warring. Sting just won the Havoc title from Raven. Raven is starting to lose his identity in a way. So yeah. All right, our main event: Owen Hart versus Rick Rude. Rick Rude wants to challenge for that cruiserweight title. Owen is like, "What are you doing, man?" Rick is going to get a victory here to make. Ooh, God, nice job, guys.
Nice work. Yeah.
Yeah, to showcase that he is as good as he says he is, and deserving of that belt for little tiny men, which he is not. Okay, hey, we're even.
Dead heat.
I'm sure you're going to take the fans.
Oh, all 800
of
800.
them. Yeah, well, look, again, I'll say it again. That's my death knell. Because you needed to do poorly for 3 shows, and I needed to do amazing for 3. It just didn't happen. But let's continue to play. I would like to explore that conversation more when we return to my side of things. But you got some mail here, actually. Ooh. Oh, right, those skill increases for Jushin Liger and Bull Nakano. So
they've been doing house show recaps for a year.
They sure have.
All right, and go. So, first thing we're going to do is you're going to go to house show recap. You're going to click singles.
Oh, singles.
Yes. House show recap. And you're going to click Keiji Muto, Steve Austin, Undertaker, Takada. They're both champs. What title belt does Takada have?
Tag team.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. William Regal. And Tommy Dreamer. He's in the upper mid card there. So that's 1, 2, 3. How many people is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I have 2 spots left. Bradshaw and Hogan. Book. Great. Now you're going to do fights for Hogan. Bradshaw. Muto. And Austin. Takada, Undertaker, Tommy Dreamer, and scroll up. Regal. Why not?
Fight for that as well?
Yeah. Great. Let's get some wrestling on this wrestling show. We're basically going to sort by work rate. And what's Bret Hart at? Great. I don't give a shit about his fatigue. He can be injured for all I give a shit. We're going to run back a variant of the same matches. We're going to do Bret Hart versus Ric Flair. We're going to do Chris Jericho versus Jushin Liger.
That's a classic.
We're going to do Alundra Blaze versus Bull Nakano. Yeah, Bull Nakano's fine. And I feel like I'm happy with that. That's about the same amount of each and each. Great. Split those up for me. Excellent. And then go ahead and add my producers to my 3 segments. We're going for the engineer's maximum of a show here. A show isn't perfect when there's nothing left to add. It's perfect when there's nothing left to take away. And
damn your
run.
machine precision. I feel like this is going to be a shorter episode. All right.
Show starts explosively with these guys beating the shit out of each other. There's like the intro song is interrupted with fighting. That's as is super common in this version of WWE.
That's pretty cool.
This is another exhibition match to Hyper Pay-Per-View. Hit simulate.
Simulate. Okay.
Yeah, I don't care. Continue. This is going to the backstage. The fight from before is still going on, and it bridges into a new fight.
Cool.
And we follow this fight for a while. The entire backstage is aflame. Meanwhile, outside, Chris Jericho... What's his win rate? Great. Jushin Liger beats him.
Okay. Great form.
Then we have a house show recap covering all of the ridiculous shit that happened at house shows about all the feuds that are happening right now. Then Ric Flair beats Bret Hart.
Okay.
Part-timer loses.
Ouch, my tostadas. 4.5 stars.
Cut, print, moving right along.
Good God. Let me check my mail. Holy crap. Sting has the entertainer trait. That's pretty hot. And then Michael Wall Street's happy I completed his request. Not that it matters, because we're going down in flames. The flames from WWF set are a metaphor for WCW. All right, let's start.
All right.
So we were talking about money being
what
a
makes
factor.
a good show?
Yeah.
What makes a good show?
And then I'm an indie wiener.
Yeah. Well, what makes a good show not necessarily being what makes good, successful wrestling as a business.
Sure.
Which is why, from my perspective as the smart mark armchair booker, things always seem hard not to go how I would like them, and I feel as though you've missed very easy calls. Because I'm trying to lend as much grace to wrestling booking actual wrestling bookers as I can. It's a hard job. It's clearly got a lot of money's involved, a lot of big egos, a lot of different things you have to juggle. And on our podcast and on here, we often talk pretty, I would say, arrogantly, but not in a mean way, just like we've never actually been there sort of thing. Now, my friend here is running EFED. So he's had the juggling things and the handling egos part of it often wildly, I would say EFED ego can actually be much worse than a real wrestler ego.
Because ultimately you're not getting paid.
Ultimately, this is just for your ego. You don't, your life, your livelihood isn't on the line, so you're never going to swallow your fucking bitters and do the job to pay your bills. It's just ego. So I feel like there's a balance there, but I've never done any of that shit. I'm a fan. And I try and keep at least something of a level head, a humble head about how hard it is to book a wrestling show. But I was starting to bridge into when we were talking a moment ago. I think ultimately money is the biggest thing that I don't have to worry about, because I think to myself, well, if they just booked all the guys I like, they would make up $1 bajillion. Because, I like those guys. They're great. Everyone likes them. But I don't buy wrestling merch.
Not much, anyway.
I've bought maybe 3 wrestling t-shirts in the last 2 decades. I don't buy wrestling merch. My friend here actually buys a whole lot more of it than I do. For all that, if you listen to our podcast or this, you might come across that, like, he's the much pickier guy. No, sir. He's got a lot more wrestling merch than I do. He's got a subscription box. So he's a much better fan in that way. He supports the product.
I am voting with my wallet.
He votes with his wallet. I don't. And for all that I talk a big game about loving wrestling, I don't actually buy much wrestling merch. Now, that's because I don't buy much merch generally. People buy me t-shirts as like gifts and stuff, but if I were filling my own closet, it would be a series of black pants and plain black shirts that are all the same and completely interchangeable. So maybe t-shirts isn't the best thing, but I also don't go to shows, and I have an excuse for that. And I don't, but I watch, and I buy every AEW pay-per-view. Occasionally, someone else in the household will buy one just to keep things nice and even, but usually I buy all the AEW pay-per-views because that's how I vote with my wallet. I pay to see what I'm excited to see. But that, notably, isn't really, indicative of like trying to get the people I like over, because they don't know why I'm buying the pay-per-view. They just know that I am. So that is hard, makes it harder as a booker to book things fans like if they're not voting somehow. And wrestling fans usually aren't very quiet about what they like, but still. I'm sort of just yapping, as I made clear before, but I think I've maybe meandered roughly towards a point. What do you think? 145, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. What is your point?
Yapping. But generally, just filling time, brother.
You talk like you book, my friend. No, I mean, like, what was the point you're trying to make about being a wrestling fan and such?
Ultimately, even if I don't like what exactly is going on, like, there are parts of AEW's current storylines I'm not a huge fan of. It's the wrestling I watch, so it's what I have to compare to. And even if I don't like it, I try and keep an open mind, even on shit I don't like. You hear me say this on the podcast a lot. I always want to like everything. I don't like not liking wrestling. So even if there's a booking decision I disagree with, I try and keep an open mind about it till it's happened. Now, I will reserve the right to judge shit once it's happened.
I think that's fair, and I would say I'm similar in a sense. I mean, obviously, I think my financial support is stronger in that I often watch a lot of wrestlers' independent content on Twitch and YouTube and stuff, and I usually have premium services there.
I would say ultimately we contribute roughly equally in terms of money towards wrestling.
The industry, because I also usually buy the games.
Yeah, just different. We do different shit.
Yeah. All right, this is my show.
I want to hear about it. I want to hear about the show with the actual good storytelling.
Okay, so
tell me a story.
We start off where Raven and Kevin Sullivan hit Sting with a car.
Oh shit!
They drive away laughing because tonight Sting is supposed to defend his Havoc Championship against Kevin Sullivan. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's he going to do?
How's he going to do that when he's been hit by a car?
Shawn Michaels comes out and talks about how much he loves WCW. Even when tragedies like this happen, you have people like Sting who insist on performing the match. Sting wasn't hit very bad with the car. It's a wrestling gimmick.
I mean, if he was hit too bad, it would be very stupid on Raven's part.
He'd be super dead, yeah.
He can't win the match if the match doesn't happen.
Okay. I forgot the Warlord had bad morale. This is going to fuck me.
What's he going to do? Leave?
Well, it has a start attraction.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was going to give him the win, but screw him. Johnny's going to go over.
Hey, it didn't even detract.
It didn't detract, but, it wasn't a great match. The tag teams, the gentlemen with mustaches say that the tag division has not been pushing against the Diamond Dogs as strong. Obviously, they want to get an advantage. So they're like, you guys need to be wrestling more. What is this crap? So that's why they're in singles matches tonight. Merchandising, shop WCW.com. We have a nice first blood match between Sandman and Mick Foley. Who doesn't like a little hardcore wrestling? Foley's been taking it, so he's going to get the win here. It's pretty good. He just got eye blood.
Eye blood.
Just a little bit, though. There's a backstage confrontation where Dan Severn is furious at Eddie Guerrero's interference last week, and Eddie is very smug about it. He's playing that John Cena heel where he's doing dastardly things, but the crowd loves it. One might call it an Eddie Guerrero heel. But Dan Severn looks stronger here. He looks very aggressive and dangerous. Once again, backstage, Jeff is tired of the $1 Million Man running the roost. This needs to stop. Mm-hmm. And Ted's like, I'm retired now, but that doesn't mean I won't beat your ass. And they get really close to each other's face. But at the end of the day, it's Ted DiBiase who straightens his suit and walks off. Jeff Jarrett is looking much stronger for it.
I'm really excited for the Jeff Jarrett glow up, you guys.
All right, Diamond Dallas Page versus Scott Norton. Norton could use the win, and he's not pissed off, so we're going to give him the win. So half the team won, half the team lost. It makes them look more weak going into the pay-per-view. And this culminates with a fight. They're trying even harder to wear them down.
They want those titles.
All right. Okay, so the reason for this backstage, Macho Man really wanted to work with Owen, and he couldn't see a reason for that to work. So we got, this is fictional, we managed to get these feuds together in one of those. Macho Man is talking to Rick Rude. They're exchanging strategies, and he's, trying to pick his brain about what it's like to be a heel in not so specific terms. And Owen Hart and Yuji Nagata happen to run into each other. They're having a conversation, and the four of them are backstage. There's enough distance between them, and officials drop what they're doing and get in the way just in case. And they just kind of have a very calm guy talk it out. Lots of snark from Owen, and Macho Man is glad to be working with him. So then we have our main event, the injured Sting, who got hit by a car, defending his title against part-time Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan has the advantage all match, but Sting manages to pull it out with the victory.
Yeah! Nice. Happy for the Stinger.
Happy for the Stinger. I'm glad he's not injured.
60 wasn't a Stinger.
Even. And you took the fans again.
Delicious, my fans.
All right, I tried.
I will secure this fucking bag.
I tried. You got one male. Nobuhiko Takada's charisma has increased.
Good for him. He's being double booked tonight, so he's probably going to be mad. All right. World title match. Book it, please.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Add a blow-off.
Cool.
Add a segment. Gimmick.
Oh, okay.
Texas Deathmatch.
Texas.
I know it's there. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Yeah, me too. I have it. I don't know that you do.
Do I not have a Texas Deathmatch? That's bullshit.
Well, WWF didn't really do those. Oops. Yeah, you've got a street fight. You've got Falls Count Anywhere.
This is stupid.
You've got a body bag match.
Because Steve Austin is from Texas. That was going to be so cool. Fuck.
Firefly Funhouse
Hold on,
match?
Stop talking. I need to read stuff. Scroll down. Keep going. Dumb. Just have a Hell in a Cell then.
Just one of the most exciting match gimmicks, I guess.
I was excited for the Texas Death
No,
match.
I respect it. I'm sorry.
Hogan versus Bradshaw. Last man standing, add blow off.
Now, is this from the future Tim Allen show, or?
No.
Okay.
How do I not have any good match types?
Last man standing is locked. You got to get gold prestige on Street Fight.
Dumb. I quit match then.
For a second, I thought you were just quitting. Dumb. I quit.
Don't forget to add the blow off.
Thank you. I was about to.
Let's go with the tag team title match next.
Okay.
Add a blow off. Add a gimmick. Let's go with a street fight for this one. Perfect. Then Takada's other match is literally right before it. So that's going to be Undertaker versus... Oh, I can't book him. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Will it let me? Because he's double booked.
Yeah, they fixed that at some point.
Oh, nice. Add a blow-off. Then edit, add a feud. This is going to be...
Add a feud?
Add a feud. I'm sorry, add a gimmick match. Scroll down. Keep scrolling. Keep going. I'm looking for something cool. All right, new idea. Unbook that. Great. Undertaker. You want to select multi-person. Good. Undertaker. Takada. Jushin Liger. Jericho. Let's just sort by work rate. Yeah, Bret Hart. Yeah, Ric Flair. Throw London Blaze in there too. That's fine. How many people is that? Seven. Booker T. Great. Book that. Great. Edit.
You want that blowed off still?
Yeah. Add a gimmick. Where is... Scroll down. Keep going. I'll find something that works. Keep going. Ladder. Yeah, just a ladder match.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, then we have some other people on the card and 10 segments left. So, now we're going to go through and grab tag teams that don't have any booking. Go to tag teams. And Maximum Intensity's not on the card. No, Bradshaw is. He's not in that. He's in Cowboys
Jake.
from Hell.
Yeah.
So them, Hart Foundation's on the card, because Bret Hart's in that match, so not him.
Oh.
Brick Sharks, not on the card, perfect. Hard Rock Express, not on the card, perfect. Blue Label Society, perfect. Team Extreme, perfect.
Team Extreme is in the tag championship match.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Not the Headbangers, they suck. Hardy Boys. Book that.
Okay. Booked.
Great. Add a gimmick. Scroll down. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, that is there. Oh, okay. Can you remove the gimmick from a match?
Yeah.
Great. Remove that gimmick.
Or maybe not.
Never mind. I was gonna make that Elimination Chamber match, but I didn't see it.
I mean, we can rebook it if you want.
I'm not gonna remember who all's in it. Yeah, it's cooler if that is that way, but that's fine. This can just be
It's more just about how hard you're beating me.
a Money in the Bank match.
Okay.
Guaranteed future tag team title. All right, so
That's weird.
then let's see here. Go to singles. Get match singles. Yeah. Who do we have left?
All thems.
Not many people, all things considered.
No. Is this going to be Great Kabuki versus Marcello?
No.
Oh, okay.
Go to tag match. What, do you think I'm not going to end with this?
I helped kind of in my veins.
All right, 1, 2, scroll down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people? 6v6. Put Mosh and Thrasher on one team, and then work your way up from the bottom.
No other
I don't give a
qualifiers?
shit. Nope.
Okay.
This is the Leftovers pre-show match.
Cool.
Perfect. Go down, add a gimmick. Just a hardcore match.
Okay.
Great. Okay. That's everyone booked. I got some segments left, so just for funsies, let's add a analyst desk.
Okay.
Just sort by charisma. Bradshaw is the highest charisma. Okay, yeah, Bradshaw, Bull Nakano, Chris Jericho, Goldust. Why the fuck not? Put that right after the pre-show match. Great. Main event hype. Perfect. That can start the show. Okay. And I'm actually super happy. Let's add my producers to those 2 segments. And I'm good to go.
Okay. Sometimes you make me cry inside.
Just a video package for the upcoming, sadly not, Texas Death Match. Turns out WCW owns the copyright on that name. So we're doing a Hell in a Cell match instead. Fuck them.
No, see, your boss is Vince McMahon. No one owns the copyright on the name, and he can't have that.
I said what I said. This is the pre-show tag match. They're not even gonna. It's just a hardcore match. Complete garbage fire match. The Headbangers lose it.
Okay. Mosh and Ricky Choshu got over.
Nice. So he did something real fucking cool.
I guess. Nope. Tiger Mask 4 and Thrasher.
Okay. Works for me, man. This is just the analyst desk. It's 4 heels trashing everything and everyone. They're all mad. And the fans don't like it as much, but that is what happens.
I think Bradshaw's a face now.
Oh, he is. Excuse me. That's right. So he is the lone holdout. He is verbally fighting all these people.
John Bradshaw Layfield, the voice of reason.
The voice of the people. This is for a Money in the Bank guaranteed shot at the titles in the future. Hardy Boys win.
Okay. Good for them.
This is a ladder match for the Intercontinental title.
Set him back up.
Yeah. Just right back to back. Does it make sense? No, but it's compelling and the people love it. Who do I want to be my exiting Intercontinental Champion? I want it to be on Jericho.
I think he's earned it.
All right. The blow-off between Undertaker and Takada happens, by the way, when Undertaker chokeslams Takada off of the top rope, or off of the ladder, and Takada is not seen again for the rest of the match. He comes out for his street fight for the tag team titles, beaten up, battered, and already, limping. But the proper villains win anyway.
Cool.
Could have had a cash-in and had the Hardy Boys win. Would that have been better?
That would have been interesting. I'm just looking at your stars. That's all.
Okay. Bradshaw wins his match against Hulk Hogan. He makes Hogan on microphone quit.
Cool.
And then Steve Austin beats the Great Muta in the cell.
What do you know? It was a 5-star match. Yeah, it's a 5-star show. Easy. Everything was hot. Everybody got over. All the match events better. You have fulfilled the prophecy and made In Your House triple header an all-timer, a legendary, or whatever I said, pay-per-view.
Follow that.
Okay. So how do you feel after that contest?
Hollow, empty inside. No, I feel great.
That's how I feel after that contest. All right, it's a brawl. It's fall. Not only is Yuji Nagata going to beat Randy Savage and retain his title, he's going to make him say, I quit. He's going to tap him out. Sting versus Raven.
Spoilers.
Well, that's what the man says. That's why it's a submission match. Sting is battered and bruised. He's not looking great. Raven and Kevin Sullivan have really taken it to him. Can he withstand? An unsanctioned match. Lights go off, lights come back on. Whatever happens, happens. Eddie Guerrero versus Dan Severn. I think this is the TV title. No, it's United States. Okay. Rick Rude and Owen Hart. I should really be following in your go all out footsteps here.
What are you saving?
What do I have? Yeah.
What are you saving the money for, brother?
All right. Let's try to keep it thematic. This is going to be a... I have so many fewer options. I have no dumpster match. I would have used a dumpster match by now, by the way.
I would have used the Texas Death Match several times.
I think I did at least once.
You did. I was jealous at the time.
I think we're going to do Iron Man on this one.
Just an hour-long Broadway casually in the middle of Fall Brawl.
Yeah. Cruiserweight title. That's going to be a ladder match. That makes sense. All right. Jeff Jarrett versus Ted DiBiase. Ted's not a wrestler. I have to blow that off here. Let's see.
I know we're not yapping because I don't have to fill time because you're relaxed, but
Sure.
Can I just once again reiterate, after all the shit I just said about being, nice to bookers and shit and such, I still think it was incredibly stupid for the first Iron Man match, and at the very least in the U.S., to have one pinfall in it. Why bother?
I'm sure it seemed like a cool idea at the time.
Just why bother? Just make it a regular match. Fuck you.
I suppose it doesn't matter if he turns face or heel, so let me search for blow off. We'll call it moving on. Okay. Do the tag match. Diamond Dogs versus the Gentlemen. Those gentlemen are going to be pretty tired. Especially because this is going to be... no. In the interest of them competing in their future matches, it's just a first blood match. Alright. Is that all of my real feuds? Yes. Okay. So let's get a main event package. Might as well put producer focus on it. Let's get one last desperate grasp. Mick Foley this time, I guess is my highest charisma, is going to trash the competition. No, not after. That would be really stupid. I wonder if it gives you like a demerit for that. This is Randy's last shot, so we're going to have a contendership match.
Look at him, still booking for the future.
Well, I'm trying to keep it logical, as we talked about. Why not?
I took a very fey interpretation of that. I followed the letter of that rule, not the spirit.
There you go. All 8 main eventers who aren't occupied with something else. And that's going to be your contendership match. Should be good.
Can I add a segment, a gimmick to it?
We're going to need a reset after the nonsense that will be Sting versus Raven in their unsanctioned match. Yes, we'll be adding a gimmick. The contract's on a poll. Okie doke. Oh, what's my event effect? Street fight. I don't have a street fight on here, do I? Okay. Brian Pillman versus Mick Foley. Just before Mick Foley's big promo about how much better the company is.
There you go.
All right. Okay, Gentlemen with Real Mustaches, backed by Ted DiBiase versus the Diamond Dogs, the reigning defending champs.
On a 7-match winning streak.
On a 7-match winning streak. The Gentlemen with Real Mustaches cheat.
Based.
Jeff Jarrett does, however, he this is what he disagrees about. This is the final straw. And he's like, you know what, Ted? I'm done. I'm out. I don't want the fame and fortune of being in the $1 Million Mafia if it means being like this. I have something you don't have. Integrity.
The announcer. Since when?
Since recently. They've been building him, putting him over.
That's true.
However, even though they cheated, it was a labored match, and Owen Hart easily defeats Rick Rude to retain his Cruiserweight Championship. Same thing, Eddie Guerrero beats Dan Severn to become the United States Champion.
In a 6-star classic.
Not quite. It's 5 3/4. Brian Pillman and Mick Foley. Mick needs to stand tall here to deliver his promo. Hot match. Thanks, guys. Beautiful. Thank you, Foley. Raven wants his Havoc title back from Sting. Sting is beaten. He's got a flaming 2x4, but Raven has Kevin Sullivan. And the fans are disappointed that Raven was able to dig deeper and be a worse person. Sting looks massacred. He went through like 6 tables in a row on fire or something. Something insane. He's probably dead, they say. The announcers are selling this. Sting's going on vacation. You know what? I'm going to simulate this. I'm curious to see who wins. Scott Hall is going to be facing your WCW champion. Who's that going to be? Between Macho Man Randy Savage and Yuji Nagata. Who could it possibly be? We've got Yuji Nagata, 2-0. He's been the champ for 2 months. 4-star work rate, 3-star charisma, over 1,000 popularity. He's young. He's not even 30 yet. He's loving life, and people love him. Meanwhile, the Macho Man, he's only lost 1 match. He's 8-7 overall. That's better than even odds. 4-star work rate, 4-star charisma, over the popularity of Yuji Nagata. He's also in a great mood. The people also love to hate him.
But he's 43 years of age.
He is 43 years old. I am delivering on my promise. Random commenter from a long time ago, your Yuji Nagata run continues.
There you go.
That was my show. It was
5
a
stars?
5-star show.
190. Dead heat. But you had to do a lot better than a dead heat.
No, I won fans, but it was not enough. We were all over the Mosh gets over, which is ridiculous. So now I'm literally, unless you have some objection, going to delete this save file when we're done.
Answer whatever you want.
We're never coming back to this, right? Okay.
This is booked terribly.
Yeah, we concluded. Yeah, sure. We'll change you up, Paul Roma. Cool. You're welcome, Sid. I even did right by my guy Sid.
Let's take a look at the map.
Let's take a look at the fans.
Yeah, just to give it official.
And there it is. It's the vase occurred. That's me chasing the boy and failing. It kind of looks suggestive, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, a little.
Man, this WrestleMania.
You never came back.
Just annihilated.
Not really.
Yeah. What could I have done? Now, we have made measures for the next
season to prevent such a catastrophe.
Hopefully. But I think
it was not a catastrophe. You had exactly as many Gold Star shows as I did. I just took advantage of them.
I think you had one more. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you had one more. But that's okay. I'm not trying to taint your victory. You did.
Taint away. I won. Scoreboard says I win.
You did exactly what I said you could do. You never believed in yourself, and I believed in you, and here you are.
Now I have to decide what to do with my winnings.